Hello, everybody. I got a couple of things to tell y'all. All right, come on in. All right, I see 12 now. Hey there, Pamela Vargas. Hey, Cindy Lou. Here we go again. Hey, Miss Betty. Hey, Miss Hazel. Well, I got a couple of things to tell y'all. Today I was, when Stephen was out there working at my house, I was out there a little while and I come in. Hey there, Joanne. Hey, Nancy. And y'all gonna have to help me out on this. Because I can't never remember his name. But I seen a guy when I come in the house. I seen a guy chatting. Oh, he didn't say much. May God please heal and provide the needs for all the viewers. That's right. I want y'all to look at this name. Ain't that y'all somebody that's threatening grandma? Hey there, Joshua. All right, I'm waiting, y'all. He's one of your viewers. Yeah, I know he comes in there. But is this the one that was in there threatening Mom? See, let me let you in and see. I think this might be troll trackers. And I think this person been around a long time. I have him on the list I have for your viewers. I have him on the list I have for your viewers. I didn't know you had a list. And I mean, I don't know if I see him, y'all. Hey, he might come in and let us know. Hey, he didn't say nothing wrong. Hey, that mean what? Like Kathy B knows if it's him or not. Oh, Scott Dickerson. I think it might be, like one of my subscribers. Hey there, David. It might be one of my old antenna subscribers. I knew it was a Scott. But I don't know if that's, I ain't saying that's him. Let me text Kathy, see if she's up. I ain't like that, my phone froze up. And I think I know what's wrong with Stephen's boat. Was that y'all in there on his chat today that wouldn't say nothing? Okay, yeah. I mean, this guy right here, he don't come in there that much. Okay, Casey's in here. Hey, Casey, you ever seen this man do anything? He come, I mean, he come in there and said hey and everything, wasn't nobody hardly, they couldn't even nobody speak to him. But there wasn't nobody speaking to nobody. Okay, all right. I'm sure Troll Trackers has got another name. And let me tell you something now. You listen, Kathy. See, he knows he's gonna get blocked under his name. But I think he's like come in here and another name and got blocked. I I don't really know. And I know y'all think I'm crazy. I know you will. But I don't think he's as mean as what we see. Maybe he is. And I'm stepping out on a limb saying this right now because I usually say what I know. And this is just what I think. I don't know what the deal is. Hey there, Lord. But I don't know. You know, I remember people coming in there talking. way back. They was just focused in on the women like, like the way one of them boys do. You know what I'm talking about? Used to hang around in here a lot. And about every time he would everybody forgive him and everything. And then like he like just go off again. Over and over and over. But like, hey man, how you doing? Uh so I don't know how I got to talking about Wilt County, boy. Yeah, I do believe in Jesus. I don't think Tammy let me stay here. But this guy's pretty smart, y'all. This troll guy is pretty smart. He's he's smarter than average. And I really don't know what the deal is with him. I really don't. but but I mean, I think he just might have had another name or something. He has evil in him and a lot of hate. Hey, I don't know about that. Would you? Would you do that with that funny name? Hey, you be good in there with that. Stay in there. You get in there acting crazy, you're gonna have to go now. Hey, yeah, I know y'all. I know. But I'm not sure if that's exactly who he is. I just ain't convinced who he who he's acting like. I ain't convinced that's who he is. I mean, I just got a feeling about it. Well, he's all right, long as he acts all right. They let him stay as long as he acts right. But y'all, Stephen took his motor down there to the lake. Same problem. When he puts it in forward and gives it gas, it just bogs. Bogs. It just won't get up and go. It's running perfect. It's running real good. It ain't skipping. And no, it ain't flooding. They boy Danny, they real antenna man. What's up, man? How you doing? The real antenna man. Hey, I showed him how to do it, didn't I? Showed him how to do it, didn't I, partner? I was they got something about boat motors that nobody knows how to explain. And and I was telling Tammy or somebody, Stephen or somebody. I think it was William I was talking to, my uncle. There was people on there making videos and stuff, but like they didn't know enough to be talking about it. And uh and that's the way it is about the boat motors. They don't nobody know how to tell you how to set the timing on the outboard motor. I mean nobody. I've looked all through YouTube and I know how to do it. But I had to figure it out. My husband has worked on many boat motors and even yacht motors. You ain't gonna believe what I'm gonna tell you that I think's wrong with Stephen's motor. Hey there, Palm Beach, Peter. Like, how can your motor be running perfect, but it won't take off? How is that possible? And I think it's the propeller. And there is such a thing as that. Too much propeller. Like like you can take a regular mud truck. I mean, like I've seen this before a bunch of times. You can take a regular a regular 4-wheel drive truck and everything, and you could put some big tires in it and throw it out there in the mud, and show enough mud, and that motor won't even hardly turn them tires. And it's kind of the same thing. I'm telling you, I've seen it. Yeah, Tammy, she's over here in the chair asleep. She's over here just asleep. Didn't even watch the football game. Shift Lincolns off a pillow. It ain't the Shift Lincolns. But and y'all know Chris Dollar. They call him what's that they call him, y'all? Hollywood. He's messed with this stuff a lot in his life. I ain't never messed with you know what I mean? I ain't never had much dealing with propellers. Cause I bought a boat and, that little river boat I got out here, I bought it. And they told me to take this prop and try it. You look at the RPM gauge and uh, they said if it don't do this, bring it back. I'll give you another prop. And that's what I'm doing. And then the one on pontoon boat, it just runs just right, you know. So I ain't never had a bunch of dealings. Yeah, you did, Pamela. But like, it's just like you gotta imagine just what I was saying. If you take uh big tires and big mud tires and put them on a regular four-wheel drive truck and put it in some deep mud, the tires won't even hardly turn over. Yeah, here you go. But like, hey, we've checked everything, y'all. And see, Chris Hollywood, y'all, he said that propeller that Stevens got on there is right. But I don't believe it is. And see, like, on that mud bogging truck, I know about that stuff, y'all. I had one, and I bought just a regular four-wheel drive. And I put big tires on it. I put tractor tires on it, too. I had a set of mud grip tires, I'm talking about big ones. But I also had a set of tractor tires. And I could put either one of them on there I wanted to, you know. You just had to jack it up and take the wheels off. Yeah, everybody thinks they just go to Walmart and get an antenna that'll beat that, and I do, but they got another thing coming, brother. I got that antenna I made. That's some good. They want nothing beat it, especially that double. But I see on my truck, y'all, I had to change the rear end and the front end because it's got. I put different gears in there where it would sling that mud, and it's kind of the same thing as the boat. That that propeller is so hard to turn, it just can't hardly turn it. Hey, Miss Carol, how you doing? Miss Carol always tries to come in, you. But yeah, we gon' I hope he's gonna try it in the morning. And I am tired of fooling with that motor. But I told him 2 or 3 weeks ago that I thought that propeller was too big. And I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like Chris, that means Hollywood, he said it what? I think it is. Hollywood says it what? Hey, we'll find out if I'm wrong again or right again. But I was actually telling him that 2 or 3 weeks ago. And like I can say something, but Stephen does what he wants to do. Maybe sometimes down the road, Danny, you can make some new antenna videos I always loved watching your stuff. Hey, thank you. Thank you, man. I might be doing some stuff later. Not on this channel. I mean, I always gonna be talking on this channel, but I might do some stuff on my other channel that, my first original channel. Cause I got plenty of stuff I can do. And people need to know how to set the timing. There's a bunch of people talking about it and stuff, but you can tell they don't know. They don't, you can tell they don't really know. And I can sit there and make a video and explain it. But I mean, I done studied it. But I may get back on there, do some stuff on there. When I was learning that antenna stuff, that was pretty fun now. They know what they're doing, but not why they're doing it. I learned everything from you, brother, on my antenna knowledge. Hey, I still remember all that stuff. I still have people calling me, want me to make one. People coming over here to the house. And I got burned out on it. But yeah, y'all, I mean, it's real easy for Stephen to put another lapel on there, and he's got one. That that 24, that full blade 24 pitch prop, man, that's a monster to turn, boy. And I'm going to look at a boat tomorrow. If nothing don't change, I done talked it over with Tammy and Stephen. Oh, and I'm just talking, but like, I didn't see where these good old boat motors, that's around, they gonna be a shortage of them. Because they don't make them no more. And they steal a bunch of them around. And what I think is, you need to buy as many up as you can. Now, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna buy no bunch. Well, I mean, I can't buy a bunch. But I think like somebody that's, pretty young, I think that'd be a real good thing to do. And just keep them. If you can buy 100, buy 100. That'd be like gold one day. That's what I think. And this thing was kind of dragging today. And And you can't let it get you down. Hey, like, boy, don't think I will let something I'm working on get me down. I just get worse. You can't, hell, I can't hardly talk to him, you know. I saw a guy on YouTube that has a boat boneyard. Oh, I hear you. And y'all sure as I'm sitting here, that's gonna be what's wrong with it. See, now he's had that motor fixed, y'all. And the same thing has been wrong with it. And then I can't tell what he's doing, you know. When he's up there at the lake or at his house or and I'm not sitting there checking the stuff myself. I can't tell what he's doing. And all I can do is just kind of tell him what I think, you know. And the motor's running perfect. People like to run them big pitch props because if you can get it up on plane, it'll run, man, it'll run 90 miles an hour, you know. But like, it's bad on a motor, you know. My battery golf cart, after a full charge, loses all power in like 2 minutes. I tested each battery under a load while driving. All of them say stay at 8 volts. One drops to 5. Hey, if you got one bad battery, it'll mess the rest of them up. If you got one bad battery, if you got one battery, you know, I mean, a flashlight or anything like that, you know, it won't. You know, like if you just got one battery, if a flashlight's got 2 batteries and one of them's dead, that other, you put a new battery in there with it, hell, it don't never work out. And, hey, brother, them golf cart batteries will break you. Cause I had a golf cart somebody gave to me and I fixed it. And I went up there to the man that works on them. I said, you got any used batteries? He said, yeah. I said, well, I don't really know if this golf cart is a good golf cart. I said, I want you to give me a price to put batteries in there and see if they any good. I said, I'll pay you just to put them in there, or, because the golf cart I was thinking it might not be no good. I said, give me a price for putting them in there. And then if we take them out, I'll hand you your money. But I said, also give me a price if I keep them. And he done that. He gave me two prices. And he put the used batteries in there. And they was good, they was still good batteries. And I said, well, hell, just keep them in there. And then when them batteries finally went out, I bought some new ones. I think it's 8 batteries. About $600. And I mean, hell, Stephen had a buggy. And we rode dirt roads and everything. I mean, we had a good time. We had lights on, riding at night in the summertime. We had lights. But when them batteries went out, I said, I ain't buying no more batteries. And I didn't. So like the way to go was man try to get a gas one, runs off of gas. Yeah, usually, like when one battery goes, just go ahead and buy all brand new ones. If you're going to use it. Yeah. Well, these ain't that much, but they high though, Pamela, but everything is. But they actually make real good batteries. But they high. They'll last a long time. I didn't know if y'all realize that Stephen fixed his buggy. But yeah, I'm ready to wrap that boat up. I mean, I see 6 golf cart batteries. Yeah, yeah, they real high, Pamela. It's enough to make you not even want to mess with it. Yeah, boy, like my mind is mostly on Stephen's boat. Y'all going camping before summer's over? I doubt it, Kathy. It's still real hot, Kathy. Yeah, that's a lot of money there. That's a lot, $900. That's a lot of money for 6 batteries. Most campgrounds only allow battery power golf. Hey, you can take them down there. You can take buggies down there. The sportsman club, a sportsman club is rare. You know, y'all remember that video I made where the sand's going down the bank? You know what I mean? You can't put your boat in. I mean, you can go down there and go camping, but you can forget about putting your boat in there. And this boat I'm going to look at tomorrow, it's a bass boat like Stevens with a big motor. A big old ugly motor. But like when the river comes up, you know, you can ride the river in that thing, you know. And you can take it to the lake and drive about 80 miles an hour. Got to go a long ways to get it. Probably about a 2 hour ride to go get it. But I talked to the man on the phone. He's the only one. He's the only person I've talked to in the marketplace that act like they got any sense. Okay, brother. Hey, come on back. I come on back sometimes. I get in here a lot at night. Yes, come on back. Sportsman Club is special. Other campgrounds and state parks are strict. Yeah, they ain't very strict down there. It's a good place. Hey there, David. I would ask the man if you could take it on the water and test it out. Well, he probably would, but I don't. You know, I'm gonna check the compression on it when I go. But he's done told me how much what the compression is, and it's like a motor that's been in his family. His brother had it. And his brother died, and then this man got it. He sold it or gave it to his daddy. His daddy died. His mama said, "Come get this come get this boat." And, you know, I mean, I don't want it. You know, he went and got it. And he said he was going to try to keep it. He said he just don't go enough to even have one. And you know, you have to keep the batteries charged and all that. You know. You want me to show y'all a picture of it? I'll show y'all a picture of it. You know, I mean, if the man don't back out, you know. I'm trying to pull it up here. You know, it might take me a second, you know. That's it, Joe. Hey there, Bumpy Noggin, you just snuck in here. Uh, what is that you saying, girl? Let's see what it is. Let me get back over here and see the chat. What's Bumpy Noggin saying? Big, oh yeah. Yep. Hey, boy, like Steven, like wanting to go 2 hours, to get no boat. It's it's already had the seats redone, and it's already had the carpet redone. Got a trolling motor, and I don't even know what all, I really don't. But man, damn it, like here's the deal, y'all, and it's really not that much money. It's really not for that. I mean, I can tell y'all about it later, but I don't want nobody looking it up. I don't want nobody looking the boat up. Uh, but like, hey, I don't hardly fish no more that much. I mean, I kind of just ride, and I've had a boat like that right there, 3 times more expensive than that. 3 times more. I had a Nitro. Now it was really nice. It belonged to a man, the one I had before. It belonged to a man that worked on boat motors, and it was his own personal boat. I said, "Hey man, how much you want for that?" He said, "I don't really want to sell it." I said, "Make me a price," and he did. And I said, "Sold." And we kept it and fooled around and you know rode at the lake, and it had a stereo in it, and we really had a good time with it. But somebody come along wanting to buy it. I said, "How much you give me for it?" And I was gonna make about $2,000 by selling it because it's such a nice, like real nice and clean, you know. I said, "Sold." But when the river comes up in winter time, and uh, when the river comes up, y'all, and it's getting time for the river to come up, you can ride that boat in the river. And it's like this right here. It's like this right here, y'all. I'm 66, and I want y'all to think about what I'm saying. I'm 66 years old. You know how many good years do I have left, of being able to go and do. And it's creeping up on me fast, y'all. I walked down them steps today on the back porch going outside. You know how you look down at steps? I seen that big old belly. So it didn't do me no good to look at the steps. Danny, it looks like my boat. It's a Ranger. Mine is a 1978. You know, it don't matter how old they are, and it really don't. As long as they've been took care of, you know. And y'all, and I mean, I've called up William and talked to him, you know. Yeah, it's a Ranger. It's a Ranger. Uh, William had some grandboys that was home, you know. That, yeah, that's what it is. I guess it's a tri but I know it's a Ranger. And them is high priced boats. I've been expecting the man to back out, you know. I really have. But so I want y'all to get this right here. Uh, I called up William. He had some grandboys out there with him, and they was just the right age, you know. Uh, I guess 12 years old. You know, just right. You know, I took one of them fishing myself. You know, me and Stephen did. I don't know if y'all remember that, but we did. And I said, man, you need to get that pontoon boat fixed. You know. I said, they they won't be around here long. Guess what, y'all? They're gone. Them two boys is done. Got jobs, and one of them's done bought him a boat. And here's what I'm trying to get over to you. The river's what we do, me and Stephen, Tammy, the lake, the river. That's what we are, you know, the camper. That's what we are. And you want to, we getting older, you know. And, y'all, I can take that boat right there and sell it anytime I want to. And try to have fun while you can. I start physical therapy again tomorrow. I pray it helps. Hey, me too, Kathy. You know, I mean, y'all think about it, y'all. You know how many good years you got left, you know, where you actually want, you know, go do something. Pamela Vargas told us about the camper one time. About her camper. Hey, y'all, William is working and working and working. Danny, my mom is 71 and coming to visit from Florida in her RV. Hey, how about that? Hey, that's pretty good. Well, she must have a real good one she trusts. Is it a camper or a motorhome, Bumpy? Yeah, y'all, I mean, I look at life like I don't want to be so tight that you can't have fun. We used to love being anywhere but home, but now we barely leave the house. Well, us too, Pamela. Nina, you worked hard. If the boat passes your inspection back, hey Hazel, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, I hear you. I guess I think my motorhome's all right. It needs some tires. It ain't got about 50,000 miles on it. But about all we care about is really going to the sportsman club about 20 miles. Oh, y'all, I really and truly have to buy my happiness. I know that kind of sounds kind of funny. I guess I can shrink the picture down some. Yeah, y'all listen to Hazel. She said hit the like button. Hey, boy, I don't even know if we. I'm talking about, damn it. I said, damn it, tell me. Am I messing up? And it's going to take my money, y'all. It's going to take my money. Yes, ma'am. And I mean, man, I don't know what come over me wanting a bass boat. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I reckon messing around with Steven. Because, I mean, I didn't want one at all. And I kind of just got to looking at that marketplace and seeing them, I reckon. And I don't know. I don't know. Don't know how to explain it. We went down there at the lake today and tried, and I filmed it. But I mean, I hadn't got a copy of it yet. I ain't I ain't put it on my computer yet. But man, there's a bunch of people down there fishing. They was, people all over the docks down there. I think so, dear Miss Pamela. I think you're right about that. Yeah, there's a bunch of people down there fishing, y'all. out there and it hot. I like being kind of sitting around and not going outside, and I about got to get used to moving around again. I went out there and stood on the dock about 15 or 20 minutes. I said, man, I got to go sit down. And when I walked off, like I just really puzzled about the boat. Because he sat there with it on the trailer. Man, he was flooring it. And it go, whoa. And it's, that thing's supposed to be like a rocket ship. He sat there and moved the timing and done it with his hands, and just nothing was working. And see, like I say, I told him 3 weeks ago I thought it was the prop. And Chris said, that prop's fine. But I think I'm going to be right again. When my mother passed, my 85-year-old father, one last hooray, he bought a crotch rocket. You kidding? He went to the garage and started it every day. Never drove it. I'm glad you told me that. I really am glad you told me that, because that's really what I'm doing, Pamela. That's really what I'm doing. I liable get it here and then say, why did I buy this? I ain't joking neither. Danny, why did they bore out the motor? It is to make the motor go fast. Hey, it's like they rebuilt it and they had to bore it out, because they had to put, uh, like usually when they do that, the, the pistons, the block is scarred up. So they bore it out a little bit bigger and it makes it like brand new again. Yeah. And y'all know what? I don't even like the Lake Sinclair that much no more. But but man, I've caught this house full of fish. And I mean, man, I ain't joking. At least this living room right here. Over the years going up there. But like I say, y'all, I mean, hey, if I decide to get rid of it, I would be able to get rid of it. And I'm buying it right. You know, the money's right, son. I can't believe, that he went for my offer. I really can't. He said, well, I got a bunch of electronics I was going to put on the boat. He said, I will let it go for that price, but I had to keep the electronics. I said, yeah, keep the electronics, because I don't care nothing about them. Hey, man, I'll be with Steven most time. And he's got that live scope. So all you got to do is just, I'll be with him anyway. But it's more of just a riding thing, for me. And Tammy, she likes to ride, y'all. One time I bought a motorcycle, y'all. One of my buddies, he bought a motorcycle. He'd get on there drunk, didn't have no license. He'd get on there drunk. He's a good old dude, boy. And he's a free bleeder. And, uh, I seen him riding on it. And he didn't have no sense. I'll tell you how much sense he's got. He stole a school bus one time. And he was riding around in it, spinning wheels and stuff in the school bus. And I went to his house. I said, I want you to make me a price for that motorcycle. He said, well, I really don't want to sell it. I said, I want you to make me a price for that motorcycle. I said, I want to buy it. I didn't want the motorcycle, y'all. I was getting it away from him. And I bought it. And I held kept it 2 or 3 weeks and then sold it. That thing had done about 160 miles an hour. But I knew he was going to get hurt on it. I still have my husband's cop Harley. Have you? Hey, you ought to take a picture of that, Pamela, and send it to me. Hey, you send it to me on the phone. I'd love to see it. Yeah, but that guy, if I hadn't bought that motorcycle from him, he would have got hurt. Because he had a wreck on a bicycle and he had to go to the hospital. Riding a bicycle drunk. I done I done quite a bit of stuff like that. You don't hear nobody making no video about that, do you? The good stuff. And son, I bought more baby diapers than anybody you've ever seen. And baby milk. Them roofers, you can't tell somebody ain't gonna give you no money that's talking about buying baby milk and diapers. I give them money. They pay me back, but like they get drunk on you and they won't be at work the next day neither because they got money. Hey, I'd keep that thing forever, Pamela, but I'd keep that thing forever. You know, a lot of people, and I ain't saying yours, kids is like this, but a lot of people, that stuff don't mean nothing to them, you know, and they'll sell it. But boy, hey, y'all, today, Tammy took the camera outside, and that's part, you know, and I got the lake footage on it too, but there was 9 deers out there in the backyard. I told Tammy, I said, man, that's as good a land as any, you know, right there in the backyard. You know, we won't hunt, you know, but if you was hunting, you go somewhere and see 9 deer, that's pretty good, you know. Oh, I know it's a nice one, Pamela. I ain't, you know what I mean? You know, if I had it, you know, I wouldn't ride it neither. But I mean, I would probably hold on to it, you know. But I just don't care about, you know, motorcycles is dangerous, you know. You know, we used to have some around here, you know. Bought my brother a motorcycle, bought Tammy one, bought Steve one, bought me one, and we'd get on. Hey, Jenny Marie, how you doing? Hey, we'd get out there and ride on Sunday on the dirt roads and stuff. You know, you don't hear that in no video. I bought everybody a motorcycle. Christina, she just ride with me, you know. But I had Tammy one too, you know. Went down there to the Honda shop and bought them. And my brother's wild. Hello there, Sophie. My dad had a motorcycle shop. All of us kids had. Mom didn't like them. Shoot, boy, we used to ride around. You know, there's a lot of dirt roads around here. And there's been a lot of them paved, but there's still some dirt roads around. Hey, y'all, I've done about everything, you know. Hey, one time I had 3 golf carts. Sold them all. I've done about everything, and that's what's so bad is, you know, when I was making that roofing money, I doing a lot of stuff, you know. My husband dreamed 50 plus years of being a cop. Then it took me 2 years to buy that back. He loved being a motorcycle cop. He became a cop at 57, passed at 60. Dang. Yeah, all my buddies bought a you know, bunch of motorcycles. They wanted me to get one. I wouldn't buy one. They all had wrecks. Every one of them. Every single one of them had wrecks. You know, cars pulling out from them, in front of them, and Man, about everything you could think of, you know? Yeah, I am too, Pamela. Well, I know that has to be bad, you know? Me and Tammy was watching that Barbara Streisand movie, A Star is Born, with Chris Christopherson in it. That woman was upset when her husband died. He had Ducati. Yeah, that's them racing motorcycles. And that, John, uh, he's got one of them motorcycles. Hey, he's bought all kinds of stuff. Bought a house. Used to help me, doing them antennas. And, I talked to him a lot, like, like Stephen, do this like this, and do this, and everything you need to do. And he called us up, not real long ago. He come the other day, but he called us up not real long ago, and he said, "I'm gonna come by here and show you the baby." And his wife said, "Why are you going over there?" He said, "If it wasn't for Danny, you probably would never be seeing me." Because he was kind of rough, Hey there, family. He was kind of rough, Now, I don't mean real bad, but he'd get in trouble, like drinking and driving and running from the law and stuff. I said, why was you running from the law? He said, "Man, it was fun." But anyway, I changed his way of thinking. He's got money in the bank. He's got money in the stock market. He's got him a 401k. He makes, you know, uh, I'm not really sure. I know it's over $40 an hour. And hey, he bought him a house. Bought him a house and in his own land and everything. I mean, he's doing good for himself. But I could tell when he was over here helping me that he was pretty good with his money. I said, "John, he had he uh he moved out from his mama's house because it was a little rowdy over there at his mama's, and he moved somewhere, and I said, "Look at him, partner." I said, "When you come over here," I said, "don't stop and get nothing to eat." I said, "Just look in that closet and get anything you want." out of there to eat, or anything in the refrigerator. Or if you want a Coca-Cola, you get that, you know. And when they, when we had the hurricane, didn't have no electricity. He'd come over here. I was drinking. He'd come over here and he'd get all the gas jugs and go fill them up and come and fill the generator up. Come in here and sit down and, like, is there anything else you want me to do? I tell him, like, oh, like we was trying to pay him. And he would not take no money. And he didn't never act like he minded it, getting them gas jugs and going and filling them up. We had electricity. But, we was running a generator non-stop. So we had, well, I think the internet line did tear down. But I had a hot spot, and I put some time on that hot spot and and so I was able to watch TV and didn't miss a lick. And he was there for your mainly guy. Yeah, hey boy, like you don't see many people like him, Pamela. You don't run into many people like that. He come over here and helped me do something the other day, and he wouldn't take no money. He come sit down, didn't act like he was in no hurry. And he's really real smart. You ain't gonna believe this. What I'm finna tell you ain't gonna believe it. So I was talking to him. He said, I found something that you can make $10 an hour at home. Like washing dishes, folding up clothes, and vacuuming the floor. He said, they got this camera. You put it around your neck. And you just do your daily stuff. And every hour that you're doing something, they give you $10 an hour. And it's an app you go to, and you just upload the videos to the app. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but like, you ain't heard why they doing that. And what it was is they are training robots. So then, like, he said his wife makes about $250 a week doing, I don't think she works. But he told me she made about $250 a week. He said, but they can't be no youngins in it. He said, I got this youngin, this baby, and it interferes, Sound like there's a little China man when we're watching. We were, well, they training robots, and he's gonna tell us how to do it. Tammy. But he said his wife made about $250 a week doing it, and that ain't bad, for stuff that you're doing anyway. I said, boy, how do you find out all that stuff? He said, I seen a video on it, and he's doing it. She's doing it. Do you get paid for swearing at your husband? Well, I mean, I know you're kidding, but you're just doing your daily chores. Like when you sweeping the floor, vacuuming, washing dishes, folding clothes, washing and drying clothes. I guess raking the yard or whatever. I didn't talk to him a whole lot about it. He had to leave and go to the doctor. And I don't even know if Tammy wants to do that. But that ain't bad to get $1,000 a month. That's what he said she makes. 1,000 a month. But that boy, he knows a lot of stuff like that. But he said that like one day a robot will come clean your house up. You can pay somebody and a robot will come and clean your house. So that's pretty good there, y'all. That'd be good to take it to your job and wear that. Make 10 extra dollars an hour. That's, you know, this YouTube stuff. I mean, y'all know how hard that is. But this right here, you instantly making money. Might be, Davy. But nobody has to do it. Y'all ever seen videos of somebody in a car in traffic and they asleep in their cars driving by itself? I seen where two driverless cars the other day got pretty close to bumper. In them two cars, I seen it on the news. They couldn't figure out. They was driverless cars. And them two cars couldn't figure out what to do. But they got it in a minute. And I reckon I got another cold again. I mean, damn, it's rough to walk out this house and walk out there and it's 98 degrees. I mean, I about can't hardly take it, boy. Hey, fam, I figured you'd be good with that and fix it yourself. That getting under the sink ain't no joke now. Look, y'all, I can see it now. I can see it now. With me and Timmy riding in the boat, live, and nobody watching. I can see it now. I bet y'all don't believe me, do you? Hey, yeah, I mean, I feel all right. I can tell that, like, I've done got a cold. I can tell it. But when I walked that air, boy, it was hot. I stayed out there for a little while when I came in. I went back out there whenever Stephen called me out there. To, to help him with the timing. Well, I can tell you, I am ready to get out of this house. I mean, I ain't gonna say the hey Bonnie, I ain't gonna say the K word. It means leaving the earth. But like, I am going down sitting in this house. And I mean, ain't nothing I can do about it. There ain't nothing I can do about it. I was telling y'all about a lot of times I tell y'all stuff and really forget to tell y'all some stuff. Forget to tell you something about it. And I know most of y'all probably know. Remember me talking about the young lady that was over here that Tammy was watching. And she was like wanting to leave and walk down the road and stuff. And her daddy told Tammy not to let her get out of her sight. So I'm assuming y'all remember. She wound up going to prison, y'all. That same one that was, she's saying, I'm going to find out what the limit is, and that's where I'm going to stay. At the limit. And I forgot to tell y'all, that girl wound up going to prison. And I mean, I ain't talking about the county jail. I'm talking about she went to prison. they trying to oversee. See, I want to get a little involved more, a little more with the motor, but I don't want to get up there and be in the camera, you know. Danny, you aren't a prisoner. Get out and go. Hey, you might not like need to come in here a little bit earlier, Sophie. I was talking about that. But I mean, the river's too low. You go down to the sporting club, they ain't no need to take no boat. I don't know what it was, Debbie, but I know her daddy. And she wound up going to prison. Her daddy told me, or told us, you know. You know, some people ain't, just ain't gonna have it, you know. Tammy, I met her pretty young, and, like Tammy didn't know me, Well, she did know me a little bit, she liked me for a long time, for a bunch of years. I said, Tammy, I said, I didn't ever get no trouble or nothing. I was, uh, I was a pretty good kid. I didn't ever get no trouble. And then, even whenever I was drinking, I wasn't drinking all the time, but I would get in a fight with a bully every once in a while or something. Annie, would you consider moving to a different state? No. This is just something you have to put up with, Dave, in the summertime here. But it's rough on you. It's rough on you staying in the house. I promise you that. It's rough. And you go outside, you about can't hardly stand it. Tammy ain't hardly been going outside much. She was going out there and doing a pretty good bit, and the weather won. I mean, and she'll still go out there, but like she ain't out there long. I told her not to go out there and stay out there until you about to pass out. And she's like Steven, she'll do that. Uh, hey, well, maybe y'all out there on my little river boat. I got out there and put me, a light on it, fixed it up, and we ain't never went, night fishing. But I mean, y'all seen how Stephen was sweating up there, when he was fishing. What now? Beauty adapt to the heat. I do need a fan. I don't know what you mean. Hey, it's rough, y'all. It's rough. And I'm wasting away, you know. Just wasting away. I say, like, it's 78 degrees out there right now. I got a temperature thing right here. It's 78 out there now. And it's 1 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Mountain Time. And could y'all go to the lake in South Carolina maybe? Water is higher. Hey, well, I mean, the water's high at Lake Sinclair. You know, I mean, y'all think about it, Stephen ain't went much, He's been going to them tournaments a little bit, but he ain't been going, up there night fishing. Hell yeah, Pamela. It's like even at night it's hot. If it's 80 degrees, that's hot to me. And I do this every year. Every year during the summer. I got where, quite a few years I just shut down in the summertime. And I don't want to go out there in the morning. I mean, you can't stay up at night making videos and then get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and, you don't want to go outside. It's 70 there. I can deal with 70 now. No, it ain't. No, I mean, I reckon gonna wait a little bit longer. But I mean, it's rough, and like, I'm telling you, it's done that to Tammy too. She ain't hardly going out, y'all. If she's outside, she ain't out there long. The 65's pretty good there, Debbie. and I thought about it. And it was hot when we was kids. I mean, I remember it being hot. I remember the ground being hot from being barefooted. But we still would, what I mean? We didn't sit in the house. I have a patio fan running after 100 degrees all day. And I hope I get to buy this boat tomorrow. And it'll make me want to go, y'all. That boat'll make me want to go. Hey, Steven's like been using that pool, boy. And that thing he's got on the back porch. We used to have one outside on the back porch. Zeb ours was a big old giant tub. Somebody gave it to me and I fixed it. Fixed the pumps and everything. That thing was nice, boy. You could put a little bit of, uh, stuff to make bubbles. And man, it cover your head up. You know them jets. It cover your head up. I finally got Tammy to go get in it. Went out there and she had a swimsuit on. I said, girl, take that swimsuit off. She said, I don't want to do that, yard. I said, there ain't nothing back here but woods. And she took it off. I had to make her do it. But it's pretty nice, Get out there on the back porch. Like you could do it in the wintertime, it would stay hot. Yeah. I wouldn't mind having another one of them one day. Probably won't never do it, but I wouldn't mind having one. But Stephen, like, he's got one on his back porch, pretty nice. Yeah, it is nice, Kathy. Go out there and get in it and take your clothes off. If the rain, if it heats down, if it heats down, you lost you, man. Yeah, I always, I ain't telling y'all nothing y'all don't know, but like, I'm gonna have to get out there and get used to walking again, get used to standing up. It's it's bad on you laying around and sitting around in the recliner watching TV. It's bad. Man, y'all about run out of anything to say tonight. Start talking about getting naked in the bathtub, in the hot tub. I reckon it might be about time to get off, ain't it? Look, y'all, I hope Steven will swap them props in the morning. I told him he'd get mine off my pontoon boat and try it. And I believe it's going to be fixed. And I got to buy me a prop too. I knocked a big old chunk out of mine in that river, in that pontoon boat. I've been driving it like I had a while too. We used to do that some, Cancy. Oh, that's Sophie talking about that. We used to do that some long time ago, me and Tammy. Just me and her. Like, we knew where a secret place was where the water was real clear and it was sand around it. We used to go down there. been playing the drums much. I ain't played them drums, man, I don't know how long. And I started to get on there and play. It's raining men on there. And I thought about it. But no, I ain't been doing too much. I ain't watching TV and, sometimes go 2 or 3 days before I even walk outside. I don't, Tammy, whatever I need from town, she'll get it. And Amazon's got everything. Amazon's already got everything. But we trying to slack up on that Amazon. Hey, me too, Macredo. I do too. And I think it's gonna do it because, man, I about don't hardly know what to do. I about don't hardly know what to do no more. We're running out of options. But I really think that when he pitches that motor down, that like you'll see it come out the hole then he finds somewhere else to go. You got a vehicle, money, find somewhere else, fun. Well, I mean, it's really kind of like this, and it is like this. I don't want to just go sit in the camper. And like, hey, y'all, listen, I could go out there in the morning time and get in a boat. Like, say I go out there at 8 o'clock, ride down to the river, and, like by 10 o'clock, it's hot. And I just ain't, that much to do. I mean, I thought about it. Thought about going down to the beach. They charge you $300 damn dollars for a motel side the beach. And I mean, that's a lot of money, y'all. That's a lot of money to spend the night. I thought about River Street. And then, I mean, there it is, that hot weather. I was over there last night looking at Six Flags tickets. And I finally come to my senses and said, me and Timmy can't go to Six Flags. And y'all, hey, listen, y'all, that Pigeon Ford, man, it's a good place to go. And I remember the first time we went, and I was talking to a man, he said it's too commercialized. I said, what you talking about? But like if you go stay, you will find out. It is money, money, money. Yeah, wait, me and Tammy was just gonna, I was thinking like we just go into them shows and stuff, 'cause me and Tammy don't care about riding and stuff no more. But they used to have a good many shows and stuff. But you'd still be burning up, like walking around and stuff, walking up and down them hills. Hey, me and Tammy went to the mountains with the church. It wasn't a church, but it was a few members, and it wasn't necessarily from Tammy's church. But it was a bunch of Christians, and hey, y'all Christians people was pretty good people to hang around with. And we hung with them for, 2 or 3 days going out to eat, going and looking at the mountains, and me and Tammy cut out, after a few days. We went around there and rode through the mountains. I think they call it Maggie Valley. And we come through some town, and me and her stopped at every little shop that they was, looking at all that stuff. We, like we had, nice little dinner. I'm somebody that I will spend some money on vacation. I'm not I'm not really somebody, y'all, that spends a lot of money. I mean, I don't believe in just being foolish with money. But when I go somewhere, I don't worry about what we spend. And uh, if it's too high of a price place to eat or something like that. And hey, Tammy's gonna buy shirts. We went there with Stephen and his wife, his last wife, and she's somebody that likes antiques. And you know what that means. And Stephen was up there buying every damn thing. She wanted, that's his son. You know what's going to happen when you get a divorce? Dina, did y'all eat breakfast? Hey, I don't know where all we ate, but we ate breakfast at Tammy's used to eat, y'all. Hey, we go eat breakfast and, like go eat dinner somewhere nice. And supper too. But like, just me and Tammy riding around. Like really had a good time. I had my camera around my neck. I say, I'm somebody also, y'all, uh that films. I don't quite do it. I used to do it more than I do now. I used to just would stop and film something just for fun. And I got some of them pictures, I think, of the mountains. Tammy wanted her a cowboy hat. She said, can I get me a hat? I said, how much money you got? I said, yeah, get you a cowboy hat. Hey, we took the back roads home. And I don't ever get no hurry. Not no more. I used to be in a hurry all the time, y'all, roofing. It didn't matter what I was doing. I needed to be doing something else. You know what I mean? I was late for something else. And, like I'm kind of like if I tell you I'll be there, I'll be there. And if I can't be there, I'll call you up and tell you I can't be there. I won't wait. And you sitting there looking out the window. I'll call you ahead of time and tell you, it's going to be another hour or whatever. But anyway, I don't have to be in a hurry no more. Me and Tammy took the back roads. Every little interesting place we seen, we stopped. And that's the way I like to do. Now, I called up, I talked to Tammy. I told Tammy, I said, I got this plan. I said, why don't me and you go up to the mountains? I ain't care about the mountains, y'all. But I know she does, see. And I said, there's a little famous place. Yeah, eat at. I think I told y'all about it one time before. And hey, they bring you a bunch of food now. They bring the food to your table. You don't go in there and you don't fix your plate, and they don't fix your plate. They bring the food to the table, and it's just like you do at home. Give me some of them taters. And you just dip out what you want. They bring you a pitcher of tea. I told them, I said, what we'll do is we'll go up there in the camper. I said, we'll ride about halfway there, and we'll stop and camp somewhere in that town where that restaurant is. She said, okay, Daddy, we'll do that. So we messed around and called up Stephen. Told Stephen. He told his wife. And everything I had planned got changed. And I said, hey, Tammy, you go ahead. I don't want to go no more. It wasn't her plans. It was mine. And I just said, y'all go ahead. And they went. I kind of had to push Tammy out the door. She don't ever want to go without me. And, y'all wouldn't want her to be there neither. Tammy and Stephen wanted some pancakes. She didn't want no damn pancakes. Well, they went and ate pancakes. She said, I ain't eating. And didn't by God eat. I'm going to tell y'all something. I'd rather be by myself and be had to put up with a bunch of bull, you know? But I'm telling you, I sit there and planned for me and Tammy to go and made the mistake of asking Stephen. And then in a little while, they was telling us what we was going to do. And it wasn't Stephen. Now, y'all, Stephen don't care. If you want to go sit on the side of a mountain and sit in a damn chair, sit in a bench, I mean, he'll do it. Like, I don't like to be in no hurry no more. I like to just say, hey, Tammy, let's go to the huddle house and get us a ham and cheese omelet. That's what I like to do. Not have everything planned and roll around and they, I mean, they have, I just have seen that. They got them little shops and everything up there everywhere. Hey, we stop and, Tammy like just have the most fun. Oh, she wasn't like me. I've been retired a long time, y'all. She worked. And that was really, I keep laughing about that comment there, David. That's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I mean, we was at the motel and, all them Christians there. And we all gathered out there and pulled the chairs together. I'm not standing up there in the center, trying to talk over everybody. I'm just sitting there listening, listening to them old stories. And a hell of a lot of them people that we went with, they are gone, son. Stephen wasn't going to say that. I don't know how much he loved her, but like I've ate with them before. Me and Tammy. Hell, man, they don't talk. They don't talk. I said, what y'all talk about? He said, we don't talk. I said, well, what you talk about when you ain't? Like, he said, we don't talk. And they didn't. They didn't. Stephen, what really is self. Oh, Stephen, when you go off of Stephen, y'all, it's really fun. We went to a restaurant. You know how you go to an all-you-eat buffet. I know you've done it before. And eat so much that your stomach's real full. And we all went and ate till we was about to pop. And Stephen got out there and ran to the road and back. We didn't see how he could do it, you know. And but like they wasn't good for one another, y'all. You know it had to be a trip where you spend $5,000 or $6,000. I said, boy, don't do that shit no more. I said, you know how hard it is to save $6,000? Don't go nowhere and blow $6,000 in a week. Have you lost your mind? Y'all know how I am. Hey, me and Tammy won't do that, you know. But some folks will. And that's what makes them happy. And that's why the hell they broke all the time. I'd rather have a little bit of money in my pocket and be broke as hell. Nothing I can think of is worth being broke. Nothing. I mean, I really never have really understood people going and just spending a hell of a pile of money on vacation. Well, if you got 6,000, that's okay. Well, see, Stephen had it. See, Stephen had the money. I said, boy, don't you be doing that no more. Going at some rich place down there in Florida. I said, boy, money. You know, I mean, he made a lot. You had to make a lot to save $6,000. And he had a whole lot more than that. But I mean, $6,000 is $6,000. You have to make a lot to save $6,000. You ain't gonna go out there and do no job working 40 hours a week, making $25 an hour, and be able to take $6,000 vacations. It just don't happen. For you to have a lot of extra money, you gotta make some serious money. I promise you that. And I mean we see it all the time, you know. Young folks driving cars they can't afford. Oh, I know a girl that she was driving some high priced car, big old payments, and didn't have no air conditioning. Now, I'd rather drive a little red truck that costs $1,500 and have freezing air conditioning. Hey, that wheeler catcher. Wheeler catcher always comments, y'all. That's a nice woman. And I mean, some people, and I may be guilty a little bit myself, some people ain't happy unless they spend the money. But you'll see me buy something every once in a while, you know. But you won't see me just acting like a fool every day of the week, like money grows on trees. Good night, Miss Hazel. I hate you gotta go. Miss Hazel, I want to let you know you are a plus being in chat. And I want you to know that I appreciate you coming in here. And every one of you that come in here to chat, I want to let you know that you are appreciated too, you know. You know, Hazel's really kind of new, y'all. She might have been coming in here for a while, but she ain't been a real long time, you know, been chatting, you know. But hey, I appreciate everybody, you know, because I do the talking and y'all do the chat. And I can't do it by myself, and you can't do it by yourself. We do it together, you know, and it makes us successful. So I want to tell each and every one of y'all that. I do appreciate it. And it's bad to be talking y'all and you ain't got no chat. It really is. It really is. So again, I'm telling you, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate all the fan ladies giving the super chats and stuff too. But yeah, y'all, I mean, oh, hey, I mean, anytime we got to spending some money, you know, oh, but like we didn't really have no choice, you know. I mean, when she goes to get some pellets, it's $350. I think you catch it. It's $350, you know. And then something's always something you need to spend money on. And this what I'm buying this boat with, y'all. I've had this money for a while. And it ain't as much as you might think. That boat ain't as much as you might think. I'm expecting him to back out on the deal. I really am. But if he don't back out, I'm gonna bring that boat home. He's gonna call me in the morning and give me his address and everything. But hey, I don't want y'all to think like we just over here living the high life. I mean, I don't. Uh, we are what we are, and let me tell y'all something. I really myself don't care about people poor mouthing. I really don't. You know what I mean? I think that poor mouthing, you know, nobody's gonna help you. You know, nobody's gonna say, "Hey, here's $1,000. Let me know when you need another 1,000." You know, and I mean, I just don't care for poor mouthing, and you ain't never gonna hear me poor mouthing. When I was talking about we was running out of money, we was, y'all. We was. But I mean, hey, we had groceries and everything, but, and then we could get our hands on some money if we needed to. And we've been eating pretty good too. But it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough, especially like when you're doing everything you need to do. And I spent a pretty good bit on my little boat out there. Hey, more than you think, boy. Working on that thing for a month. And I mean, I don't know what all else. But it just takes a lot. It takes a lot of money. And then we buying stuff on Amazon, or I am. Tammy quit uh T buying stuff off Temu. Well, Danny, we needed 8,000 in case me and Kathy gets in a jam at the lake. We're going swimming. There you go. So y'all, I remember what I was going to tell you now. YouTubers will pull mouth you, especially the big time YouTubers. They'll pull mouth you pretty bad. And I mean, I seen a video of somebody one day, and I couldn't hardly get over how he kept talking about he's got a patron or something like that. Like every 2 minutes. Boy, that's a turn off, ain't it? I mean, damn, go get a job if it's that bad. But anyway, y'all, we ain't over here starving to death, but we ain't exactly uh rich neither. Like I say, this money that I'm gonna buy this boat with, and it ain't much as you think. I might tell y'all the price, but I'm sure I will tell y'all. I've had that money a long time. John come over here and helped me get it out the other day. I had it somewhere, and that's what John done is come over here and help me get it out. I had it. I had it behind a lock and key, way over yonder. So this ain't money we taking out of our monthly check. It's money I had 4 or 5 years. And I can't believe I'm gonna spend it on a boat. I told him, hey Timmy, need to come over here and check my head. You know how I tell y'all sometimes, you need to come over here and let me check your head. Tammy needs to come over here and be checking on my head. All right. How about that, y'all? Hey, I ain't joking neither, boy. Tammy needs to come over here and check on my head. She needs to go check on the man's head I'm buying the boat from. I can't believe he's selling it that cheap. And I ain't gonna hardly believe it until uh we pulling it back to Dublin. I ain't joking neither. I am not joking. I can't believe the man's selling it that cheap. I want to tell all the lovely ladies. Is there any pretty ladies in here tonight? You're supposed to say, yeah, there's some pretty ladies in here. So I want to tell all the pretty ladies, thank you for coming in. Get a boat instead of a tanny bikini. Hey, boy, yeah, hey, look at him. I can't wear nothing like that. I can't wear nothing like that. That's right, Kathy. You like, you like say, you damn Skippy. I'm pretty. Oh, people might not always tell you, you know. And then I used to tell some women like that sometimes. You know, like a woman just being have a pretty dress on. But I quit doing it, you know, 'cause they act like they didn't hardly know how to take it. But so I about quit doing that, you know. But I don't ever see nobody no more. But I actually meant I just look nice today, you know. It like be somebody I didn't even hardly know. And some women will say thank you. And some of them act like you trying to put them in the car. But I was just being nice, you know. Hey, I want to thank y'all for everything. Well, y'all gonna make it, y'all. Well, y'all gonna make it. We don't have no choice but to make it. And hey, y'all can come ride in the boat with us. We'll get Stephen to go. They got a motel right down the road. Got a huddle house right in front of it. That's where most people stay when they come. They right there in that little motel and just walk across the parking lot, and they a huddle house right there. You can eat. It's good. It's good food. And some people they'll come out here in a little while and go back to the motel, and then come back. Stephen usually takes them fishing, and he took them over there to the little swimming thing, the little uh, lazy river and stuff. And Bobby and a bunch of them went. Bunch of them went, y'all. So, you know what I'm saying? That means you can come. But hey, thank y'all for everything. Appreciate y'all. I really do appreciate y'all. I don't want to get too corny about I appreciate y'all, but like, you know, y'all making this channel happen. Y'all are making this channel happen. And I want to thank y'all for everything. Hey, good night, everybody. Bye, 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 bye.